I think it's always wise to disrobe to your level of comfort before a podcast, don't you?
I think it's always wise to disrobe to your level of comfort before doing anything.
Good point right there, because if you're nude, well, you don't have to be nude to disrobe to a certain level of comfort. That's a common misconception.
Yeah, it's more of a case-by-case basis, you know?
Yes,
I mean, but it can be nude.
It could be.
Including, but not limited to, nudity.
Full frontal or otherwise.
Yeah. Full frontal, rear, side, whatever flavor.
Of complete nudity that you're disrobing to, if that's your comfort level.
It's okay, everyone. I fought the monsters off with my nudity. Now, who wants to come up to the captain's quarters and feel sexy with them?
It's as if you're in the military, Nick.
Yeah, well,
This is the story of how Nick really went to jail.
Right. No, that's not true. Not true at all. After all, who could possibly send someone to jail for being so darn sexy?
Yeah, for being, well, you can, actually.
Yeah, actually, that's quite possible. In fact,
there's certain situations.
There are all sorts of laws around that.
In fact, very likely, if truth were to be told. So anyway, well, here we are. It's a very special evening edition of the Shin Show.
The late night show.
Ooh.
At night.
Right, a Shin Show at night. Will it be, but on the other hand, I mean, typically it's like evening rather than night. And we've done it in the morning. Doesn't matter. We can do it in the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon, fully clothed, partially clothed, nude, whatever.
Yeah.
No, we cannot do this nude. Continue going.
Well, we don't have to, but an individual could, theoretically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't have to as a unit every time. In synchronicity.
There will be no nudity on this podcast.
We don't have to disrobe in synchronicity every time, but once in a while, would be nice.
Right. Just for our own personal comfort.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So shall we get started? All right. Let's do that. Welcome to a very special nudity-free edition of A Shin Show. I'm your host, fully clothed Pete Shin from an undisclosed location on the East Coast. Joining me, son Nicholas Shin. Hello, Nick.
Hello.
And Sara Shin, daughter, also joining, both from the... Hello, Sara.
Good evening.
Both Sara and Nicholas from the undisclosed underground bunker location in a basement location in the Midwest.
I'm so clothed, I still have my shoes on.
Wow, that's
me too.
I also have
It's the
shoes.
Basement of a bunker too, by the way, just for clarification. There's the bunker, and then the bunker has a basement. We're in the basement of the bunker.
Oh, I didn't know that. Sub-basement, I see. So there's the sub-basement, then there's the basement, then the bunker itself, then followed by, obviously, an above-ground situation.
Dude, there's a dog upstairs hacking so hard that to me and Sarah, it sounds like there's a grown man in the house somewhere.
Dying.
Like, hey! But it's really just a dog hacking so hard.
Well, this is Ermac the Great Dane, presumably, correct?
No, it's
Now this
Moose.
is Moose, the old man.
Oh, yeah. So I always said it was a bad idea to teach that dog to smoke.
Well, he had desires and needs that were extracurricular to our attention.
Right. Well, it was cute at first. Oh, look at him. He's lighting up a Marlboro. How cute.
We could send him to the store to get his own pack.
Right. How does he do that without opposable thumbs? Oh, my gosh.
He can quit whenever he wants. He's in control of this situation. Full awareness. Full cognitive awareness of the situation we're putting him in. And he can stop when he chooses. He's a grown-ass dog.
Who are we to tell this dog when to quit smoking? I mean, when did we become judge, jury, and executioner?
On a dog's personal beliefs and values.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
I'm not going to try to get inside the mind of a dog, all right? That's God's work. Who doesn't even exist. So there you go.
All right. Now, sure, it's our fault for putting the cigarette in his mouth and lighting it the first 50 times. Obviously, bad on us. But once he developed the habit and the skills to actually begin to smoke himself, at that point, he's got freedom of choice.
Yeah, it's on him at that point.
Right, at that point.
Hey, actually, you know what? Speaking of which, you know how people always say that dogs don't have any concept of time?
No, I don't know how people say that. Why?
Yeah, people say like when you leave for work, whether you're gone for an hour or 5 minutes, the dog thinks that you've been gone for an eternity, right? You've heard that, Sarah, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I've never
How
heard
do
that.
people know that?
I
How
don't-
do you know?
That's
How could you possibly know what a dog's understanding or lack thereof of time is?
Well, I
You
imagine
can't
it's.
ask the dog.
I
so-
imagine it has something to do with like like how they test goldfish for memory. Like there's got to be exercises and what's the word I'm looking for here? Experiments.
Yeah, but not when it comes to understanding. That's like a big
Comprehension. We have whole systems
Comprehension.
on measuring people's
our comprehension.
comprehension.
Yeah, but you can't. But that's because why? Because people can talk and use words. That's
I
like
don't
a
know.
big argument for people who teach monkeys sign language, and some people are like, yeah, but like the monkey can't. First off, no monkey has ever asked a question. You know what I mean? So, and they can't really. They could just be mimicking it back. If you can't actually talk, then you can't understand someone's comprehension. Some things comprehension or lack thereof.
Wait a minute, Nick. Are you suggesting that dogs can do sign language?
Yes.
Kind of. They kind of can.
That they can't.
Not American Sign Language, surely. Not ASL
Right.
as such. But they can paw at the door when they need to take a shit.
That's not
How is
exactly.
that not sign language?
Well, I guess from that standpoint, yes.
Yeah.
That's ADSL, American Dog Sign Language.
Yeah.
Guess it's
So-
universal.
Universal dog
Yeah,
sign language.
UDSL.
I would like to express just a modicum of frustration that I'm having right here.
Okay.
So I'm putting together my anniversary gift and
For your spouse.
for my spouse
Yes.
because our anniversary is coming up,
Coming
which
right
is why
up.
we're going on this whole cruise.
Right.
And I had all of these poems picked out and I fucking restarted my phone and lost them.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I can't remember what it's called. And it's the last one I fucking need.
Oh, well, I'm so sorry. Why don't you just write
Sarah,
one?
why don't you start off with your crazy personal news? Because this is going
Oh
to be a
yeah.
long
Would you guys like to hear some personal news
This
that
is-
happened to me this week?
Yes.
crazy shit.
By the way, I have a new theme song for personal news. Are you ready?
Okay.
It's
ready.
personal news. All right. Now that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it short and sweet.
Yeah.
Not ear piercing. That's a plus.
Yeah.
Well, there's only so much harmonica that any one podcast can take.
I'm glad that you recognize this.
Well,
To this
Is he
point in my life.
recognizing it or is he just regurgitating information?
Look, it doesn't
that he-
matter. It doesn't matter because he didn't do an intro with the harmonica. So I guess.
I'm just having you
Uh,
on. There's not
so
too much
on-
harmonica. Yeah. So, sorry. Let's
on-
start over.
on
It's
Tuesday-
personal news. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. On
So
Tuesday.
on Tuesday. Yes, I'm cutting you off. We're not lamenting your harmonica at all.
Yeah.
On Tuesday, my phone rings at 5 a.m. and my alarm goes off at 5:20. So that was especially irritating.
Yes.
But I look and it's my boss calling. So I, naturally I answer, and she goes, "Sarah," and I'm like, "Yeah," and she goes, "I don't know how to tell you this, honey, but the police are here, and it seems like our new employee has committed suicide in our parking lot." And I
Oh.
was just like, "This is an interesting wake up call. What do you want me to do about it?"
Yeah. Well, and what did your boss want you to do about it?
My boss said, "So as soon as you can get here, the police would like to review the camera footage."
Oh,
And
I
I
see.
said, "Okay. Look, I know you know how to do that, but okay, I'll come in." So I didn't make any special hurry to come in because I was irritated that she woke me up at 5, and also the lady's already dead.
Right. You're not bringing
Yeah.
her back to life.
Yeah. You reviewing the tapes is not going to undo that. So
Right.
no rush. Get some breakfast.
Well, I don't eat breakfast, but thank you.
Actually, yeah.
so,
So,
I made my way in
Yeah.
and got a police escort to the front door, which was fun. And then I go back and they're like, "Okay, so we think it happened she clocked out at 1:20 for lunch, so we want to make sure that nobody followed her when she left and came back." And I was
1:20 in the morning.
in the morning. And I was like, "What do you mean left and came back? That's fucking weird for a suicide." But
Listen,
whatever.
people who are going to
This
kill
whole thing's
themselves
weird.
still need lunch.
I guess.
Yeah. I don't think you'd be too worried about lunch.
Well,
if
you don't
were-
want to kill yourself on an empty stomach.
Well, unless, of course, you do want to kill yourself. I don't know what's in the mind of the suicidal victim.
Right. So I roll the tape.
Yeah.
And why exactly I have to be the one rolling the tape is kind of the whole thing.
I don't know.
Like,
it's kind of a CSI episode. So, CSI.
When he
funny
puts
you
on the
should mention
sunglasses.
CSI. So I roll the tape and watch her come back or whatever. And then Marty goes, I just want to see, Marty's my HR director, goes, I just want to see if, if anybody followed her. And I was like, why? I thought it was a suicide. And so he leaves and I'm still, I don't know, trying to figure out something. I'm just sitting back there because they haven't told me what they want me to do. And the detective comes back and he goes, my boss was talking to him and he goes, yeah, we're investigating this as a homicide. And I was like, oh, what does that mean?
Means murder. Means there was foul play,
Yeah.
right? See?
Yeah. Okay. So then the detective sits down and I'm like, do you guys want to drive? And two other detectives come in at this point and they're like, no, you're driving. You're doing all this. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to need therapy, but that's okay.
Yeah. So
Didn't expect to watch a snuff film this morning, but okay. Guess I'm legally
Guess
obligated to
that's
do
what's
it now.
happening.
Yeah, you are obligated to watch a snuff film. In fact, what you've become is a key character in CSI. You're like
Basically, that's basically how I felt.
You're the chick at the lab with the glasses and she's got the tattoos and you're like, how the fuck she get this job? But she's real smart. And then, she's got all the, I'm thinking of NCIS actually, but still.
Same concept. There's one in every one of those shows, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
So anyway, you're living a CSI episode. Here we go.
Right. So I'm watching this, okay, and she leaves and comes back like a half hour later, and 5 minutes after she pulls up, you see the shadow in front of her headlights because her headlights are still on. And I was like, what the fuck was that? So I rewound it and watched real closely because our cameras are real shitty at night.
Right.
Which, hey, get better fucking cameras. Seriously. The cameras are so grainy.
I just set them up, dude.
I know, not you. I'm talking about your company or whatever. Like, what is the point of having surveillance if it doesn't work?
Well, okay, look, it's in the budget.
So look,
they're going on something. So anyway, I rewind it, all right, and I watch, and there's a guy that comes out and stumbles in front of her car, and then weaves his way through the parking lot and disappears off camera. And I was like, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah. Now, did you pause the film at any point and say to the computer, "Enhance"?
Stop. Zoom. Enhance.
No, you never did, huh? Well,
no.
Your computer's not that. You should write a program for that. Anyway, keep going.
I'm not going to. Video fucking processing is a goddamn nightmare.
And plus, that's not a thing. You can't just enhance. You can't zoom and enhance. You can't
can zoom.
After the fact, increase the number of pixels that was in the...
Actually, funny that you mentioned that. That's exactly what Google and the iPhone do. When you zoom way in to take a picture, mathematically, they're calculating what it should look like.
Your shitty security cameras definitely aren't.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So anyway, we have four cameras around this building, right? So I'm tracking this guy as he takes off around the building.
Right.
So he stumbles out in front of the parking lot and is weaving and ducking and weaving. By the time he gets to the other camera, 50 feet away, the guy is sprinting down the road. And I was like, oh. And then I follow him and he comes back to check on the lady. And then stands at her car door for 20, 30 seconds and takes off again. So I was
to come back and be like, so as he was running away, he was probably like, did I just kill that woman? And then he comes back just to make sure. And he's
that
like,
he indeed did.
I just killed a woman.
His body language was totally, oh shit, oh fuck, I can't believe that just happened. Took off, came back, oh god, she's dead, ran away again.
But did you see him commit a crime? I mean, you just saw a shadow in front of the car. You never saw him actually assault her, did you? Or did you?
Well, he was there, and then next thing person saw, she was dead. So.
I saw what could have been gunshots. I mean, there were two flashes of light, which were probably gunshots. But
that's kind of an important fact. You started off with a shadow in front of the car, not two flashes of light that could have been gunshots. I think that would have been the germane place to start.
Well, I didn't want to,
That was the big Shyamalan twist there.
Yeah. The gunshots weren't important with the whole, she committed suicide. I assumed you knew that it was by gunshot.
No, I mean,
but you don't shoot yourself twice.
Well, yeah.
You do if you're really bad at suicide.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you got to shoot yourself twice, you fucked up big time.
That's
anyway,
true.
So this is an open investigation, and I probably shouldn't be talking about the details on the air, but
that's okay. No one listens. It's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. No one listens. And also, that makes me nervous That makes me real nervous. If it was someone she knew and he wanted to kill her, that's fine. But if it's just some fucking like carjacking gone wrong,
it's still not fine.
So like I'm stuck back watching these tapes, right? And these detectives have kind of penned me in. And so two of them leave eventually, and then one comes back, and they're like conducting witness interviews during this whole time, and I'm like, I feel like I'm an extra in a fucking show right now.
Yeah. Like now I'm very privy to this investigation. Yeah, now I know a lot of details.
And there, I got to hear all about how this one lady's working nights, but she's switching to days, and this other lady's trying to quit. And I'm like, I really feel like I'm part of the team.
Yeah.
But I don't want to.
Yeah, don't want to do this.
Yeah, so
there not have been any homicide at all.
Congratulations
so that makes me nervous.
Yeah,
if it was an estranged ex-husband or something, then it's like, okay.
So they kept talking about her quote unquote bad divorce, and this was this lady's second shift. Like she had worked at our company for 2 days and got killed in our parking lot.
Does that mean your company's kind of bad luck?
It kind of seems that way, or at least the location is.
Yeah.
Makes me nervous. She told me that, and I was like, get some fucking pepper spray and don't answer the fucking door to anyone.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I guess.
You know why? Because tasers don't work. I've seen so many videos. Sometimes they work, but sometimes they don't. You know what does work every fucking time?
A gun.
Pepper spray.
A gun.
And also a gun, yes. Yeah. But, that's a little more...
That's all good advice and everything, but like
pepper spray is 1,000% legal to use. You can pepper spray the shit out of somebody, and they can't fucking see it. Human eyes can't work after that. It works.
All right. I'll get a fucking little tiny thing.
No. You get the big boy. You get the fucking it's not even aerosol. That one that shoots a laser of fucking pepper spray straight into your cornea.
I appreciate your concern, but I park 15 feet from the door, and nothing I'm going to do is going to change whether or not some guy decides to come up and shoot me in the face.
I guess
that's true, but
you could pepper spray him.
I mean, maybe, but
isn't
I'm
Nebraska?
not that concerned?
Look, you miss 100% of the pepper sprays you don't apply
in the morning, so I work normal people hours.
And you don't have an angry ex-husband either.
I also don't have I don't have an angry ex of any kind.
Well, you know what sucks though is whether her ex-husband did or did not commit that murder. The cops are coming for that ass, and he's about to be harassed until it's either solved or he's arrested for it. Those are the two. That's what's going to happen for him, unless he has like a rock solid alibi, I guess.
Well, he might, but it depends on to the degree to which the images that you saw in the video match what he happens to look like, and whether or not he's got an alibi.
Fucking videos, man. You can kind of tell that I can tell that it's a skinny, tall figure who is probably Caucasian.
That sounds like her ex-husband to me. He's done for.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
That sounds like an ex-husband. An ex-husband's form.
Well, it certainly sounds like someone's ex-husband. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't say for sure it's her ex-husband. Hey, guess who's joining us? It's a little late to the party. It's Elsie.
Well, you'll have to listen to this week's episode for the whole thing because I'm not recapping it.
And I'll recap. I'll do a quick recap for our listeners as well. The recap is that Sara Shins, an employee at Sara Shins' company who had worked there for 2 days, got shot in the parking lot of the company. They apparently have an overnight shift, and she got shot coming back from a lunch in the middle of the night. And so Sara Shin ran all of the videotape evidence for the police. And they think it's her ex. And we all think it's her ex now.
He's definitely a prime suspect no matter what.
Yeah, for sure.
October happens to be Domestic Violence Awareness Month, so shout out to all of you who have experienced it and gotten past it. And if you're experiencing it, please feel free to call the 1-800 number. RAINN, RAINN, is a good resource. I forget what the acronym is, but look it up online and try not to get shot by a crazy exes.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Well, I hope it was fucking a crazy ex. That's what I hope it was, because then it was like, okay, he fucked up, but he's not going to fucking come back and do any shit again. What if it was just some lunatic, Although the body, from what I've heard described of the footage, the person seemed like they were panicking after they killed someone. So it doesn't seem...
All I heard was this person was shot. This person was murdered.
Yeah, murdered.
Well, shot and murdered, different.
Shot and killed.
Yeah, shot and killed by an unknown person. And so that makes me, I don't know, makes me nervous for you. But
I appreciate your concern. I do. I'll be okay.
Yeah, but anyway,
Or I won't.
Yeah, or you won't.
Just don't piss off Sarah Murphy.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
yeah, that's good. That's good advice. Is Nebraska a concealed carry?
No,
No. Okay.
Are you sure?
no. Let
I
me double
think
check.
you can. I'm pretty sure you can.
I'm pretty sure it's a concealed carry.
Yeah.
Time for you to
Here's
cowboy
the
up.
thing, though, dude. Like, if you feel that it
Okay,
makes
yes.
you want a gun, right? So you can protect yourself. But then,
I
like, a
can't-
gun doesn't. You're useless. It's useless if
We're a weapon.
someone's got the jump on you. If
We're a
they've
weapon.
already got their gun out, you know.
It doesn't matter. I'm a weapon-free facility. I
Doesn't
can't bring
matter,
it
like-
inside.
I'm just talking about in general, you know.
Yeah,
Just
but if
that
you-
kind of stuff happens, you're like, maybe I should keep a gun on me. Just
Yeah,
Look,
th-
to say
That's
here's
why you
something
conceal
about-
it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a weapons-free facility, but then you conceal it.
yeah.
So no one can,
Yeah.
so no one
You
can see
conceal
it. Yeah, that's why it's a concealed thing.
And then if they catch you with it, you know, you're stretching and it falls out of your waistband, then
Right, because
and
obviously
not
you-
in your holster because you don't have a holster because
Right.
you're a gangster, and it's all good. Then you show them your concealed carry, and you say, "Hey, it's okay. It's concealed. It was concealed. Now it's not concealed."
right
But-
now it's out in the open, so back the fuck off.
Yeah.
I got
And
a
if they
gun.
don't really like that, then you know you say, "Well, does anybody else have a gun here?" And then he'll say, "Probably not. No."
No, because
He'll
it's
be
a
like,
well.
"Then I guess it's okay."
You remember the golden rule, right? Who's got the gun makes the golden rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this how our dictatorship starts?
Yes, as Chairman Mao once said, power flows from the barrel of a gun.
I like that.
Do
I
you
don't
really?
like that? But
That doesn't seem like something you'd like. I'm surprised that Chairman Mao
I
was
mean,
popular.
it's
with
just
you.
it's got a good ring to it.
I guess, but that's just like also
Got a
just
good
technically the
mouthfeel.
truth.
It does. It has a quality mouthfeel to it. All right. Anyway, so let me just say this before we go any farther. Again, very appropriate for the month that we would have a murder most foul.
Yeah, Spooktober.
It is. It's been a
A
spook.
murder mystery. A murder mystery.
Yeah, I'm glad you can sing about it. That's good. That's
Yeah.
excellent.
Look, I didn't know this lady. Like, it's unfortunate she died. It's unfortunate she died in my place of work, but I don't have the emotional depth to feel anything other than that.
Not even fear.
Nah.
Joke's gonna be
Okay.
on you when she hears this pod and haunts your ass.
That is exactly what my coworker said. So she's like, she called in sick that day, and she sent me an article stub of, body found in parking lot. And she's like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "How has nobody told you?"
Yeah, you missed it, dude. You shouldn't
like-
have called in sick.
She's like, "I called in and talked to 3 different people, and none of them mentioned this." And I was like, "Well, let me tell you all of the details. I've been watching cameras for 4 hours at this point, and I've got lots of them."
My gosh. Well, it's an ongoing investigation, but we've already rushed to judgment, so no problems. Well, it's a shame for that lady, obviously. I'm sure she didn't intend to get shot in the face
No.
that day.
I'm
certainly
not
not.
even sure it was the face, but yeah, no.
or in any part of her body. I'm sure she didn't.
Right.
Right, just not the face. I'm sure that was never said.
That's the meal ticket.
Right, anything else I can recover from, just not the face. Anyway, so too bad about that. But wow, how interesting that you're kind of in the middle of it. You probably have to testify, all that stuff.
No, I will
Probably
not.
not. I mean, you just
I
ran
was
the
not a
cameras.
witness for anything. No.
They could just bring cameras in to be you instead.
Yeah.
Right, the evidence will speak for itself.
Right. The evidence will speak for itself. Man,
Quite.
it's like we're having an episode of Law and Order right now. So,
Dong dong.
True. That is the next thing. Is after my episode of CSI, which has concluded, presumably after the, we've wrapped it up in 45 minutes. Now we get to go to Law and Order.
Does
that's
this
true.
qualify as SVU?
No. Well, I don't know if she was special in it.
It's not rabies.
Is which one is the show
She
where
was
the guy
special to
puts
her
his
mom.
fucking sunglasses on after saying some dumbass one-liner, and then that song by The Who comes on?
I think it's CSI.
It's not specifically CSI Miami.
Yeah,
There
okay.
you go.
Yeah,
I think about that song all the time.
That's a good song.
it is.
I
Or it
I
was.
used to think for the longest time it was the middle of Thunderstruck.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
But I knew that wasn't right, though. It took
No,
me so-
totally not. That's completely not right. Yeah, anyway, so CSI Omaha would be like the second boringest show on TV.
Not really, dude.
Really?
People get murdered here a lot. There's a lot of crime and violence here. Like
It'd
a
be
lot.
the 5th most boring.
Cesspool of violence. Right. Well, would it be like ahead of CSI Wichita, but behind CSI Kansas City, do you think?
Kansas
Probably
City's like
behind-
one of the murder capitals.
Yeah,
of the
probably
world.
behind Kansas City. There's a lot of shit that goes on in Kansas City.
Kansas City's in top 10, I think.
There's some pretty scary. You know what would probably be one of the worst ones? Or
St. Louis?
Yes.
Or Gary, Indiana, more like.
Gary, yeah. We do a lot of drug testing in Gary, Indiana.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's sketchy.
All right. Very good. Well, anyway, that's interesting personal news. So, personal news, Sarah she was a brief coworker, but a coworker murdered and then was involved in the investigation. That's kind of big personal news. And then, Nick, what about your personal news?
Did you have stress dreams after I told you about this? Is that your personal news?
No. Well, yes, but I had stress dreams before you told me about that.
Why? What's the stress all about? What
I don't know. I just nowadays it's either I don't dream at all or if I do have a dream, it's just fucking stressful.
Welcome to adulthood. You've arrived.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Do you think now that you're the man of the house because you got a woman living with you, so you're therefore you got a lot of responsibility on your shoulder these days.
There's nothing stressful about that. That's easy now. Now someone cooks food for me and shit.
Yeah, it's easy to tell her to go make a fucking sandwich.
Shit to pay for that time.
Did you hear what Elsie said?
No, what?
It's easy to go tell her to make a fucking sandwich.
Yeah, it is. She doesn't like it when I do that, but she'll do it by herself. But if I tell her to do it, then it's make your own fucking sandwich. But it's fine, and that's okay, and it's all good.
Right. So the key is...
What, you just have to hope and pray she makes two?
No, well, she doesn't eat that much. She drinks a lot of caffeine.
Yeah, so I understand what you're saying,
I've been
Nick.
going on a diet lately, and you know what's been helping with that?
Espresso.
Dude, espresso. It was there all along. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? It's espresso. Every time
I'm glad that you've come to the dark side.
Yeah, every time it touches my lips, I hear "Can't You Hear Me Knocking" playing. On your window.
Oh. So it's an effective appetite suppressant is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. So I was actually thinking about it. I was like, I just get hot chocolate with a shot of espresso in it.
That's weird, but okay.
It's not weird. I just don't really
delicious.
like coffee, but Taylor was going to Starbucks one day and I was like, I need caffeine. Actually, everyone wanted hot chocolate and I was making fun of them. They're like, oh my God, let's get hot chocolate. It's like, oh my God, let's get hot chocolate. And then they all looked at me like I took it too far. So I was like, no, but seriously, I do want hot chocolate. And so now I was backed into the corner.
Right.
I had to get the fucking hot chocolate.
Shitty attitude made you an asshole.
Yeah. So, but then I was like, well, make it caffeinated somehow. This is the most boring story ever. Look, the point is, I drink them now. And I was thinking how much caffeine is in a shot of espresso? It said about 50 milligrams.
That's in a cup of coffee. A cup of coffee is 50 milligrams.
Yeah.
So is a shot of espresso more caffeine?
It's equivalent.
Probably.
It's equivalent to a cup of coffee.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I mean, it's a shot.
50 milligrams.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, so how much would it take? Because caffeine is a stimulant. So you could for sure overdose on it.
Yeah.
I was like, how much caffeine would it take to overdose? So I looked it up and the first article I read, which is the only article I read, because that's how I researched, y'all, said that you should not have more. You should limit your body to 400 milligrams of caffeine a day.
And I was like,
dude,
Bullshit.
400 fucking milligrams of caffeine? That's how many? That's a little. That's little more than 9 shots of espresso.
I probably get pretty close to that, honestly.
Your
If
math
I took
is
9 shots of espresso, I would straight up not be having a good time.
Okay, I can tell you. So I drink 3 cups of coffee in the morning, because that's how much fits in my tumbler.
Get you with me, nugget.
Yeah. And then usually I'll have some sort of caffeinated beverage in the afternoon / evening, like a tea or something. So
Right.
I guess I probably consume about 200.
Yeah, you get halfway there.
caffeine.
200. I
I
consume.
also have caffeine pills, but that's for days I forget my coffee.
Oh, it's smart. I personally drink about. It can be up to 400 milligrams a day.
Yeah, but you got some crazy fucking hours. And,
Well, I started
Nobody's
out.
saying it's healthy.
I'm not saying it's not.
I'm
What
not
do you
saying it's
mean?
not. I'm just saying, how much is the most? Actually, it all stemmed when I asked her how many shots of espresso is Starbucks legally allowed to give you at once.
12.
Yeah, it's 12. Yeah, which of course she and you apparently know off the top of your head. but I was like, 12 shots of espresso would be so fucked up. Whatever you're trying to do, you're not going to be able to do it. You're not going to have fun.
No, you're not having a good time.
Nah.
Really? I didn't realize that there was a legal limit to the number of espresso shots that Starbucks could give you.
I guess anything more than 12, then they're liable for a heart attack you may or may not have.
I see. Or some other, malfunction or behavioral issue.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, the point is, welcome to the new coffee achiever, son. Your whole life's going to get better now.
And it was like, now sometimes I take a sip of her coffee and I'm like, all right, it's not that bad.
You adjust quickly.
Yeah. Next thing you know, you're going to be drinking coffee morning, noon, and night. Just like your old man.
Yeah, but you drink it black.
It tastes necessary.
It does. Actually, though, I've switched to Monsters. Today, I had actually only about a half a cup of coffee, but I have had 2 Monsters.
Like, surely the 0 calorie.
Oh,
the
of
white
course.
ones or the black ones?
Actually, 1 black, 1 red.
Oh, I like the white ones.
I like them all. I like every Monster that's ever passed my lips.
Takes one to know one.
Right.
I was just going to say that's very October of you.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
Anyway, this girl at my job showed me, she did a project because this is before I was getting on that espresso gravy train. And I was just drinking that Chinese Mountain Dew to lift my spirits up. Showed me this.
Wait a minute. What's the Chinese Mountain Dew? Is this?
Well, it's just the Mountain Dew we have at the Chinese restaurant where I work. But it's like, I don't know, man. I drink regular Mountain Dew out of a can or a bottle, and it's all good. But I drink the Chinese Mountain Dew at work. Yeah. It's just regular Mountain Dew. I drink the Mountain Dew at work, and it just geeks me up. It's got that. It's Chinese Mountain Dew. I don't know what to tell you, man. It's like magic or something.
Oh, maybe it's got some extra ginseng in it.
It's the extra MSG.
That could be.
The flavor enhancer.
So anyway, but you're off the Chinese Mountain Dew now and onto the espresso.
Yeah, I am. But the one girl at my work was like, why do you drink that Mountain Dew? Do you have any idea how much sugar's in it? And I'm like, no. And she's like, actually, let me show you. And she did this like project for something in school. And it was like had a can of Mountain Dew, a bottle of Gatorade, some other drinks. And then it had like the amount of sugar that was in those drinks in a bag underneath them.
Mountain
and ever
Dew's the
since she
worst.
showed me that, every time every drink, I just read how many grams of sugar are in it. And I'm like, dude, some drinks, like a fucking, I don't know, some iced teas, like, or Arizona Peace teas or some things like that. Even some Gatorade have like 50 to 70 grams of sugar in them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
dude,
that's several
you know
ounces.
how much? That's a pile. That's a big ass fucking pile on your table.
I know exactly how much 50 grams of sugar is because I bake.
Yeah.
And I'll say this about that, which is this. As you know, I don't like to drink my calories. I don't like to get sugar through a beverage.
I found the poem, guys.
Nice.
Oh, thank goodness. The anniversary is
Robert
made.
Frost.
Now, this
is actually Marvin Bell, but good, nice
or
poem.
whoever, a woman poet. A good woman poet, which I'm sure there are a bunch of. And I don't even know any other male poets' names either. It's just Robert Frost because he made the one about the tiger.
What about Marvin Bell? What do we think about him? He doesn't
That's
sound
the
like...
poem I was looking for.
Yeah, but
it's written by Marvin
by
Bell.
his dad, right?
What? Who's dad?
Or that was that Marvin Gaye?
No, Marvin Gaye. Marvin Bell. We don't know who Marvin Bell
They're
is.
over here. Those two people in the Venn diagram of shit
Are on opposite circles.
complete opposite sides.
All right.
Yeah, Marvin, to the best of our knowledge, Marvin, what's his name?
Marvin Bell is the author of several poetry collections, including A Probable Volume of Dreams, winner of the Lamont Poetry Prize given by the Academy of American Poets.
Of note, Marvin Bell never yet killed by his father. Is that in that biography?
He's still alive. I had to look.
Okay.
He's still alive.
You're good.
So, not as of yet killed by his father.
So
who's probably already dead.
Which
So-
is both of us, too. We all have that award right now, currently.
Right, the not being killed by your father award.
Yeah, it's not an award, really. More like just a status that you could put in your biography. Or maybe on your resume. But oh, and another thing of note, one of my skills here, I have yet to be killed by my own father, despite as many tries. Despite as many attempts on my life, which have left me scarred and deformed.
Yes, but nevertheless, which differentiates me from such luminaries as Marvin Gaye.
Now that's putting a spin on it.
Right? I mean, that's positive right there.
They don't even give a fuck what you just said. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The way you said it.
So
and that's
smooth.
how you get the job at McDonald's. Every time.
Every time by showing up.
Yeah.
All right. So good personal news. So you've had some awakenings here of late. You've had some personal awakenings. You know, this whole, wow.
Well, we're still doing my personal news thing. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
We are. Yeah.
The espresso. Yeah, it was an awakening.
Right. So that's one awakening. And the other awakening is, wow, I'm drinking bags and bags and bags of sugar. That can't be good.
Well, yeah. Now, I don't know. I never really drank like that. Mountain Dew at work is the only time I really don't drink water. If I'm not drinking something to like give me energy, then I'm drinking water. I don't really like pop that much.
Right. Well, except barley pop.
Yeah, except for beer, but I haven't drank beer in a long time.
Really? How long?
Sober October.
Yeah, like I don't know. Well, I stopped drinking beer even before I stopped drinking for this month. But
I was going to tell you, your face looks much better.
thanks.
Right.
Well, that's because I shaved.
That's
I was
not what I meant.
dude,
but-
before just the other day before I went into work, I was just looking at my face in the mirror and I was like, this is dirty. I need to shave badly. I'm that guy now.
Yeah, you are. You were, but now you're not because you
But
shaved.
I'm not. Now
Yeah.
I'm baby faced.
All right. That's wonderful. I bet I'm guessing Taylor's a big fan.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I
Definitely.
mean,
She has to be.
right. We haven't
I
really.
hope she is.
I mean, we haven't specifically discussed it, but obviously,
Yeah, we haven't gone over it in our quarterly meetings yet, but
I'm sure it's on the agenda.
yeah.
I hope so. Anyway. All right. Good. So that's your personal news. Elsie, you got any personal news that you wish to disclose at this time?
My personal news involves a question to you all, actually. So,
Okay.
we may all remember from an episode back in April that
but okay.
that our dog had diarrhea at the bottom of the stairs in our basement, and then our robot vacuum.
Spread it out.
Spread it all over.
Actually happened to you?
Yes, it
Oh, okay.
actually
I
did
do remember
happen to
this.
us
Yeah, I
in
remember this.
April.
There's a whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so apparently over the last week, either one of or both of the cats or the dog, somebody is now peeing.
Or Bradley.
Or me.
That's a good point. I didn't
Or
think,
Dad.
I didn't
Or even you,
contemplate those
Elsie.
options. Oh shit. Okay.
It's a regular
Um,
game of Clue. It could be fucking anyone.
Who pooped the bed?
It could be all of you. All right,
It's
but
not.
anyway.
I will be on record right now. It's not me.
So
but
there's piss on the floor is what
So
I'm
there's
hearing.
piss on the floor right now. So I was late coming down to this pod because I was doing laundry because, you know, women. And I stepped in it on the way here, which was,
That's the worst.
no, it was so
Warm?
good. It doesn't itch or feel weird at all.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where?
If you were to, it's at the bottom of the
Now
stairs.
Dad's like, wait,
Follow
hold
the
up.
story.
No, I'm not going to do
You've
the same
stepped in
shit.
it numerous
Tell me
times
what
at this
landmines
point.
are.
So the question is, do we line the animals up and shoot them between the eyes one by one?
I like where you're going with
Thank
this.
you. Do we force them to live outside, send them with hobo sacks and some cash and say, have a nice life? Or do we just replace the carpet and the flooring in this room now with something hard so that it can't absorb into the fibers and thus smell like animal, whatever, that then all other animals have to take their turn being, no, I'm queen of the house? Or do we do some combination in between?
Well,
First of all, let me solve the mystery. I pissed on the floor.
okay.
So,
So take Dad out back.
And shoot him between the eyes. I got it.
no, I'm just kidding. But I mean, obviously, to me, it's obviously that Lily pissed on the floor because she already shat there before. We were left her inside. She had to go. She went to the place where she went before.
I disagree. A, one of the cats pissed there last weekend, and I never did get around to getting it cleaned, and I didn't feel like saying anything because I knew that would be like head explosion, and we were busy, right? We were busy all day Saturday and then gone all day Sunday. So I thought, I'm going to get to it this weekend. I'm definitely going to get it right up in there with the Odoban and the baking soda and the whatever the fuck I've got to
Nature's
do.
miracle, dude. Nature's miracle.
But instead, I now have extra to clean. So I don't think it's the dog who was outside literally all day except for 4 hours.
Okay, well, I guess, yeah, why don't we get rid of one or both of the cats? Problem solved.
So are we going to
hold
shoot
on
him
now.
between the
I'll offer
eyes, or are we
some
going to
news. I
send
got
him
a new
off to
cat.
college?
I don't know, but what did Sarah say?
She got
I got a new cat.
Oh, you did? That's more personal news.
Maybe Sarah's cat's pissing on her floor.
It could be.
Could be.
Is it a chungoidal type cat or just a normal
She's
cat?
very-
Some kind of Schrodinger-like cat. Or...
that could be.
Does she appear in
I
two
mean, all
places at
cats
once?
are Schrodinger cats until proven otherwise.
Well,
but
that's
you
true.
can't when you're not laying eyes directly upon them.
Yeah, right. But once you observe them, obviously they're either alive or dead.
But only once you observe them.
That's
and
right.
then, once you're not observing them, again,
They
you
can
don't
be
know.
either alive or dead. What are you going to name your
Either pissing or not pissing on your floor.
cat?
Right. I'm still
When you're
waiting
not
for an
looking.
answer. What everyone thinks we should do about the situation.
Well, I definitely don't think you should. You can't get rid of one or both of the cats. Look, one of them, with the whole Fatso the Catso story is too crazy. You can't get rid of that cat, dude. It survived a fucking hurricane and was waiting for you. And
Yeah.
you can't get rid of that cat. First off,
Well, then it pissed on my floor. So that was a mistake.
I
Right.
think it
Yeah,
gets
done
a
fucked
piss
up.
or two, right?
She shouldn't
That's
have
just pet
slayed.
ownership,
She
my
shouldn't
dude.
use her last life on that. Okay.
Well, I'm just saying, if you make all the effort to wait around for me and survive a hurricane, then why are you going to piss on my floor? I mean, that's just
I
disrespectful.
feel like that cat was like, hey, you know what? I went through some shit, and I think I'm going to take one piss on the floor. I think I deserve that.
But we've already determined that this is now a second offense.
But we don't
Well, we
know
don't
if
know
it's
that
one
for
cat
sure,
or the
though.
other cat or both cats, because it
We
would
don't know,
stand to
yeah.
reason that somebody smelled old Lily shit and said, "Oh no, fuck that bitch. This is my house," and pissed on it, and then someone
No,
else
that's
came
true.
along and was like, no, bitch, mine."
Okay,
That's
so
my guess.
Right.
So
So
clearly-
now you've got an endless
Yeah, we've got
chain
an
of
endless
piss.
do loop of shitting and pissing.
And we
on
don't
the
know
same
who it is. It
spots.
could be Lily. It could be Fatso the Catso. It could be Colonel
Brad.
Mustard in the lobby with the ranch.
yeah.
Yes.
All we know is that if you take all the carpet up and replace it with some sort of tile or wood, it's going to be cold as shit down there because it is the basement.
Exactly my concern.
Now, you know what, though? Why not put a wood floor on down here?
But
Because
yeah,
it's
at the
gonna be
same time,
cold.
wood floors, they're just all around, not even in just the case pets, but they're just easier to clean, easier to maintain.
Yeah, either that or
When there's not
invest
fur
in a
involved.
carpet cleaner. Nature's Miracle and a carpet cleaner.
Nature's Miracle? What's that? Is that a brand name?
It's a cleaning product that's it neutralizes pet urine. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
enslaved the soul of Mother Nature and
It forces her to absorb pet urine.
with her own urine.
Weird. That's interesting. All right.
It's
Yeah.
magic. It's nature's miracle.
Well, I'm glad that we've announced to everyone that we've got piss on our basement floor. Cat piss specifically.
Well, it wasn't us. I mean, what do we have to be ashamed about here? Jesus.
That we have untrained, unruly animals.
Oh, does anybody
Dude,
think
that's-
cats are trainable?
Yes.
Raise your hand if you think
No,
cats are
that-
trainable,
well,
unless you're a fucking weirdo.
I just don't understand. I've had cats before, and I've never had them piss on my floor. They always go in the fucking litter box. That's why we have a litter
Not all
box.
cats are the same. Every animal has a personality, dude.
Have
The
you
last
seen
cat you
how
had
passive
drew up in
aggressive our
every
cats are?
fucking corner it could. So
So,
So nobody's perfect.
so all of y'all are cool with this. I'm the only one that's uptight. Is that true?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
what do you mean by uptight? So what is
I'm
your
quite
actual
literally
legitimate
pissed off
solution
about
then?
it.
My legitimate solution is clearly we need hardwood throughout the house.
Okay, yeah. All right. That's a good solution.
that's a good adult solution. I like that.
Yeah, I mean it's $10,000. So why not just spend another $10,000 because our animals are uncontrollable?
Well,
There
but
are
I-
cheaper options. You could get a vinyl.
Yeah, there are cheaper options.
Yeah,
And on top
especially
of that, if
considering
such an
it's the
expensive
basement.
addition to your house, wouldn't that then increase the value of your house?
It would.
So,
And
that-
But
you could
also-
also just get a carpet cleaner.
but also basement, so it's going to be flooded at some point anyway, most likely, because that's what basements do inevitably.
Then hardwood floor.
No, why would we fuck up hardwood floor with flood? I'm with vinyl. Vinyl will work.
No, well, yeah, I keep saying hardwood, but just hard floor.
But he
Yeah.
just
just not carpet.
doesn't own a house, and so he
Yeah.
doesn't understand the difference.
Okay.
I understand the fuck. I know that there's other materials than wood that you can put down. I just don't know what any of them are.
I don't know. So look, the point is that the animals have done us a favor by
Thanks, animals.
That's what
forcing.
that's what someone says when they're really mad.
But-
No, really, you've done me a favor.
What was your first clue that he was upset, man?
Was it the looking at me like I had done it? Was that what gave it away?
Right. You've done me a favor, you filthy animals. You've forcing me to upgrade my home in order so that my basement won't stink like a fucking pet store.
You could just get the carpets clean too, bro. Like, there are many answers that don't require this level of hatred.
Not limitless, but, certainly less. I don't know.
So in all fairness, when the first shit robot spread situation happened, your father did say, we have to get new floors right now.
Shit bot.
And I did talk him into, let's just rent a carpet cleaner. And that's what we did. But clearly that has not been enough.
Well, I just...
so this happened this year, the whole shit bot?
Oh, yeah. Cat piss is a whole different animal, though. I mean, it's a cat by definition.
I can't believe you haven't smelled it.
I just want us to all acknowledge that we're going to call it the shit bot from now on.
That's fair, but we threw it away.
Get on the same page real quick.
Yeah, okay.
Shit bot.
Shit bot.
I thought you were going to say that the shit inside the bot had attained sentience or something, or it returned with a vengeance.
Oh, and that's what's pissing in the corner.
Yeah, I don't know.
Another suspect. You've got some sleuthing to do.
Maybe we can get Sarah to watch the surveillance video.
Yeah, that's what we need. Yeah, we need surveillance
therapy for me.
Yeah. I can only imagine.
Yeah.
It's one of these.
Need more therapy, all right.
It's going to be one of these animals, knowing that the surveillance camera is. If we had one of these animals would be sitting there taking a piss with its little paw middle finger raised.
Yeah, looking straight into it.
Exactly. That's because that's what it feels like. It feels like that whatever pet has done this, it's just a giant fuck you, pal. That's what it feels like.
If it's a cat, then yes, that is what it is. But if it's the dog, then it was just a mistake. She just didn't know what to do and had to go. Dogs don't think like that. Cats do think like that, though.
Yeah.
They do think, fuck you, this is my house.
Right.
Like, and I can fucking kill you if I want. I choose not to kill you every day.
Yeah, I see the bottom of my food bowl, so fuck you.
Yeah. All right. Okay, well, so much for that. I don't know what to do about it. I'm at a loss. But here's the thing about cats that makes this whole thing forgivable. We'll find a way. We'll work through it. I've never seen a mouse in this house. So they're doing their job.
Yeah, and it's not just mice either. It's
That's the real reason.
Most vermin.
That's the real reason you got another cat?
Yep. Got mice. Got to get rid of them.
Oh, good.
The terrier can only do so much.
Yeah.
The terrier can try. Although the terrier actually does got a little nice kill count going on.
Mm-hmm. But she's inside.
Well, she's not a terrier. She's a fucking chihuahua.
She's a Chihuahua toy fox terrier mix.
Yeah, had you listened to this week's episode, you'd know that.
She's technically a taco terrier.
A taco terrier.
I like it.
When I thought my hatred of that dog couldn't run any deeper.
Listen, here's what I'll tell you. I can't condone this kind of racist language on this podcast.
Okay, so what's your personal news for the week, Peter?
Oh, I don't really have any. I can't recall. It was a long week, I'll tell you that. Got a nice massage today. It's just a whole range of boring personal news. We had dinner with friends. There you have it.
He's disgruntled about the cat piss, man.
Yeah, he can't think about literally anything else.
He can't get over it. I know how he thinks, dude.
He's not going to sleep tonight. He's going to try to sleep, and he's going to be like, God damn it.
He threw it down. That's all.
And he's going to make with the voodoo dolls and the sleeping with all the clothes on and the talking to himself.
About Taylor, the 200-pound blow-up doll.
Not true. If indeed we had mice, now, yes, that'd be true.
Yeah, okay. And I would get that. That would make sense. If you found mice too and you're like, all right, come on, they're not even fucking. But here's the other thing.
Yeah.
Is that cats catch mice, they're not even doing it for you at all. They're just doing it because they're bored. If they knew that you wanted them to catch the mice, they might not even do it.
They specifically wouldn't do it, probably.
Yeah.
I'm not. Well, that's why we're in a sound booth right now. They can't hear me.
They're listening. Just hold up a piece of paper that says they're listening up to the camera. Why are you doing like this with your hand? Why are you doing the quiet motion?
The cat is calling from inside the house. All right. Yeah, this episode has gotten increasingly spooky as it's gone along.
Yeah, it's scary.
You started out with murder, so that's pretty traumatic.
Yeah.
This is going to be the last podcast we do before Halloween.
It is. So do you have something special in mind?
No, I don't. But this is, I guess, the Halloween episode then.
Yeah, it is.
What's your favorite Halloween movie or show?
Beetlejuice.
That's a good choice. It's a classic.
That's not true. I don't know why I said that. It's my second favorite. My first favorite is, of course, The Addams Family.
Oh, The Addams Family. The original movie.
Are you fucking kidding me? Whack.
Nope. Not kidding.
What's
Addams
WAP?
Family.
I
Whack.
goddamn love the Addams Family.
Yeah, never got it. I was like, this is dumb. So they just sit around being scary and jerking off. What's the deal here? Like, what do
I
they
think
do?
you saw a different version than I saw.
Yes, my love. Let's sit in this mansion and just be scary. Like, what do? You go on a little
They're
vacation
rich.
every once in a while, and
They're the 1%. Who gives a shit?
I guess. Are they rich?
Yeah.
I thought they
They're
just
fucking loaded.
were old and like immortal or something. And
Well,
Yeah,
that's implied.
actually, it's a little unclear about what their mortality status is.
like, is the dad a vampire, or is he just just kind of a pedophile type character?
What do you mean pedophile? He's got
Yeah,
a
it's not
he's got a
pedophile
wife.
at all. Did you know the Addams Family is the most?
Or I'm thinking of Uncle Fester. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You are thinking of Uncle Fester.
He's definitely a
But
pedophile.
The
yeah.
Addams Family has the best American values out of any movie of its era.
Really?
It is the best example of a nuclear American family.
Well, that sounds right.
That
Other
was
than The
intentional.
Simpsons, the Simpsons have kept it together for over 30 years.
That's true. I said of its era, and the Simpsons aren't a movie, but
Yes, they are.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
don't
they
think
are a
it's
movie.
Like
Yeah, they did a
Homer
movie.
Simpson gets drunk a lot. and
Simpsons
fights
did a movie.
people, and
Yeah,
Simpsons
we
did a
got
movie.
stop. We got it.
Simpsons did do a movie. And, yeah, and they did one, and it was a movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Nick? What's your favorite Halloween movie or show?
Or show. Does it have to be like
About
a
Halloween? Yes.
movie? Like,
It could be scary. It could be
or
something.
just a horror movie? Okay.
Something that evokes Halloween for you.
Yeah, something that you would watch on Halloween.
On Halloween.
Yeah.
Good evening. How may I help you?
really, Tim Curry in general kind of evokes a Halloween.
It's not a Halloweeny movie though.
It's got,
Halloweener.
It's a Halloweener.
it's a murder mystery. That's kind of Halloweeny.
Moida.
Yeah, it is.
Moida mystery. Okay, I'm just gonna go with Nightmare on Elm Street. That one was the first movie where that was the first scary movie I watched as a kid where I was not sure that it wasn't actually real. You know
I've
what
never
I mean?
seen that movie.
And I actually never have seen it either. I've never seen it. A Nightmare on Elm Street.
I
It's
just
more
know that
surprising for you than it is for me. I feel like.
I know there's a clip where there's a woman running down the street and Freddy Krueger's chasing after her with his arms out like this. One time my buddy was texting this girl and she was not it was going okay. And he was like, well, what should I say? And I was like, say this or whatever. And then she stopped texting him back. So he was like, oh, come on. What did I say? And then he just sent her that gif of Freddy Krueger chasing the girl down the street. That was so funny.
That would get me to talk to the guy again.
Well, I mean, we knew it was, it was.
It was over at
was
that
sung.
point.
Yeah. We were like, let's just get funny with it.
I'm just saying that would have worked for me. So
Oh, I see. Well,
it was hilarious.
Well, it's good to know. No, so Nightmare on Elm Street's a good one because it was among the top horror films of all time in many ways. As you say, it was for a certain age. Wait a minute. When did you see that film?
When did I see it?
Yeah. How old are you? 12?
Certainly decades after it was made, 2005.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you were,
But I still saw it when I was young, though.
Yeah, I'll say. You were. What about the younglings? The younglings, Anakin. All right. Anyway. Yeah, you should.
know what movie scares me
What?
because I saw it too young.
What's
Terminator.
that? Ooh, yeah.
Terminator.
Really, I think it was Terminator 2 because that's the one with the silver guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, T2.
I used to have a dream that Dad was the Terminator for a real this recurring nightmare.
Yeah, you've told me that before, actually.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool. Right?
it was not cool.
Well, not for you, but for you, Dad.
Oh, it's super cool for me.
In some reality, you are the Terminator.
In some reality, yeah, I'm a robot, immortal, undefeatable robot. Unboardable. I'm unsquirtable.
You know, what's funny that Sarah says that she's had that dream because I had a nightmare not that long ago,
Yeah.
a few months ago, that I was in kind of like that cenote. It was like a cave and there was water and I was swimming in the water and there's this guy in the water and I couldn't really see his face. And he was trying to tell me that he was you, Dad. He was trying to tell me that he was my dad. He's like, it's me, it's your dad. And I'm like, you're not my fucking dad, for sure not. And then I swam out and then he followed after me.
Right.
And he was fucking I don't know. He just had this look on his face that scared me so bad that I woke up. It was
That was a fae.
Yeah.
And good job on not going to the fucking fairy world.
Okay, well, great.
Also, you know he's not your dad if he doesn't have a harmonica on him.
That's
At all times.
Which is not true. I don't carry a harmonica on me
and
at all
he just
times.
didn't look like a fucking dork, so I knew.
Right. Right.
Just kidding. Just joshing.
Yeah.
You change.
But seriously, you should really change up your look. Anyway, the point here is that it just goes to show you that fathers are these archetypal figures that figure in the dreams of their children.
I guess, yeah. You actually weren't in the dream at all. It's just somebody trying to convince me that they were you.
Right.
Presumably so that I would lower my guard so we could eat my fucking eyeballs.
Right.
But I wasn't
So
falling.
I'm listening to this new podcast called The Magnus Archives, and they're short 20-minute episodes about the premise is that there's this archive, there's this institute in England who investigate supernatural shit, and they've been open for 200 years, and their archives are a fucking mess. So this guy comes in, he's like, I gotta fucking organize all this shit and digitize it. So he's going through case files or whatever. But each episode is like a little creature and people's interactions with it. It's a spooky little thing, but it's pretty good. It's been pretty good.
And what's the name of it again?
Yeah, it's the Magnuson case file.
Magnus Archives.
The Magnus, Magnus Archives.
Yep.
All right, very good. Well
yeah,
done.
and if you don't know how to spell Magnus, then you shouldn't be fucking listening to it anyway.
Right.
Little 20
figure it the fuck out. If you really need it to be spelled for you, then just go fuck yourself. Seriously. Magnus. I can't figure out how to spell it.
It could very easily be Magnus.
Okay, well, if it's not that, you type that in and then it's not that, then you type in the only other fucking thing that it could.
I will say this is that you type THE space MAG and it comes right up.
Okay. All right, fine. Whatever. Look, the point is it's a good podcast, irrespective of how it's spelled. You'll figure it out. Okay, good. Now, what about you, Elsie? Your favorite Halloween show?
So remember, I'm the chicken shit who doesn't like scary things. So, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow by Disney. It's an oldie but a goodie. It's a classic that, warms my heart every time I see it.
The cartoon version?
Yeah.
Not the Johnny Depp version?
Although the Johnny Depp is actually pretty excellent as well.
Okay.
I do enjoy, and that's just Sleepy Hollow. So
what about the Matt Damon Heath Ledger version?
Is there a
that
Matt
would be
Damon?
the Brothers
Tale?
Grimm
No.
or something, which is totally different.
Maybe. I'm probably thinking of something else.
Yes, you are. But so Sleepy Hollow in general.
Okay, so Sleepy Hollow. And for me, my favorite Halloween-y thing is the Charlie Brown Great Pumpkin. It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown.
Oh, sorry. Hocus Pocus. You remember that?
Oh shit!
That would
I
always
watch
come
that
on.
every fucking year.
Yeah, every year that comes out on Disney Channel. It's like
Yeah.
a shitty, like, if you had saw that movie, you'd be like, this is so dumb, but it does hold a special place.
We literally watch it every year. That's like part of our Halloween tradition.
Yeah, because it's
But do you remember-
nostalgic. It's nostalgic for you children, correct?
Yes,
Quite.
it is. Do you remember on Disney there was this movie, and there was a fucking skeleton driving a cab?
Do I remember
Nope.
that?
You don't remember that at all? I can't.
No.
I cannot. Do you think I could find that shit? Like, I
Yeah,
have
Google-
this memory.
Google
Do you have some more
skeleton
context
driving a
clues?
cab, and I'm sure it'll pop up.
Yeah, I agree with Nick on this. Just Google skeleton driving a cab.
All right, let's do it. I'm doing it.
All right,
You know
go
what's
ahead.
interesting?
The Brazilian skeleton driver pranks 3 vids, 1 video. So 3 vids in 1. No, it does not.
Brazilian skeleton. Well, you dig a little. Come on, computer.
I'm just saying, you said it would be the first thing that popped up.
I did
and
not
it's
say. I did not. Well, maybe I did. I don't know. But look,
Zombie taxi driver, Ghostbusters Wiki.
Ghost fuckers.
Right.
ghost fuckers.
Who you gonna call? Ghost fuckers. Diddle-it, diddle-it.
This is okay.
I'm
this
turned
is
on by a
back to life.
ghost.
This is
Yeah.
a fucking GIF. Okay, where is it from? It just takes me to Giphy.
Okay.
When you fuck yourself to death, that's when you call the ghost fuckers.
This fucking, you don't remember this?
And then they
All
fuck
right,
you
I'm
back
going to
up.
have to go look closer at the screen. All right, so
Um,
Sarah, I need you to put it up to the screen. I'm going to go check it out, see if I
I don't know how to-
logistics of her doing that are.
All right, now you hold your fucking
But
computer.
mine's all.
Okay, all right.
Wait, maybe if I. Let me try this way.
I don't know.
All right, this is not. All right.
This sounds,
we'll
text it to you.
Yeah, we'll go over this later.
this sounds incredibly difficult. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. And there you have it.
All right.
Anyway, so we did Halloween movies or whatever. What did you guys watch this week?
There was that one movie, just real quick, that one Halloween movie. I kind of like that one where someone was dead and then there was another person. What, didn't anybody like Nightmare Before Christmas besides me?
Yeah, I do.
I hate it.
But to me, that's more of a Christmas movie. So.
All right, fair enough. I would say also, there's that other one, though. You know, the black and white one?
Psycho?
No, I'm talking about the cartoon.
What are some more details?
Why'd you send it to me?
I can't fucking remember.
Are you thinking
Elsie
of
is the last-
Frankenweenie?
Elsie.
No, not Frank and Weenie, goddammit. That's like a love story.
Frankenweenie is not a love story. The Corpse Bride is.
That's the Corpse Bride is what I'm thinking of. That's why I said it's not fucking Frankenweenie. It's a love story. And then you said, Frankenweenie.
I thought you were saying it's not Frankenweenie like Frankenweenie is a love story.
Wait, is Frankenweenie an actual movie?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
by Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Oh. Never
It's
saw
about
it.
a dog
Super
who
cute.
gets hit by a car and then he comes back to life.
Have you ever seen Tim Burton?
Yes.
He looks like a fucking goblin. He looks like one of his own creations, and not a good one either.
Yeah, well, that's by design.
Which came
Yeah.
first, the look or the creative expression?
I feel like he has a face that you could only be born looking like that.
Yeah, I think
You're
you're
not deformed. He's definitely one of the babies that if this were Sparta, he would have been thrown off the cliff.
Well, thank goodness it isn't Sparta because he's had a wonderfully creative career.
Yeah, then we would never get those movies.
Yeah, and along with the first Batman, the one with
Those are my favorites.
yeah, the one with Michael Keaton. Yeah, you and I went and saw that together when you were just a wee shaver.
Yeah. That and Star Wars.
That's right.
Started me off young.
Those near and far wars. Yeah. All right. So what did we watch this week? We watched a fair amount of baseball. We've watched some of the World Series. We've watched Hell or High Water, which was a 2016 movie starring Chris Pine and Jeff Bridges, actually. Those were the two major stars. It's a robbery thriller set in West Texas. Really enjoyed it. It's on Netflix. Hell or High Water. Elsie did not enjoy it as much as I did, but it's it's a dual buddy film. That's what it is.
I like Chris Pine. I'll watch that.
Oh man, he is heating up the screen. I mean, I'm not gay, but if I was, I would be gay for Chris Pine.
I
But if
didn't
he
know you were
wanted you
into
to go
dirty
down
girls.
on-
Telling me that you're a pine nut.
What are you going to do?
Yes.
Say no.
Right. I'm saying that if Chris Pine were a UFC fighter and he cornered me in a bathroom,
and
there was
offered
no
you pine
viable
nuts.
way to escape, then,
Then
I would submit.
I'd have to relax, and enjoy it. All right. So anyway,
Enjoy it because,
because I'd want it. Anyway, look.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow.
All right, there.
and then it's weird. And that's okay. It's all good. It's all good that you take it to the next dimension. You add another dimension to it.
Right.
Puts a sinister kind of feel to it, and it's okay.
Actually, so because this is the Halloween episode, I should do my Halloween laugh.
Whack.
Yeah.
Look, while that was very in spirit, don't pretend like that's your Halloween
You
laugh.
want me to do my Halloween
Do
laugh?
that shit on the regular.
You just put a little more emphasis on it, is all.
Yeah, what do you mean I do that shit on the regular?
That's your laugh.
That is not my laugh. That's a Halloween laugh.
That's
Okay.
just your laugh, you dumbass.
Fucking weirdo.
I'm sorry, I thought my laugh was different, but apparently not. Apparently,
You want to hear my Halloween laugh, Dad?
yeah, I'd love to.
All right, here we go.
It's very Wicked Witch of the West.
That's very sinister.
Oh man, I'm about to pass out.
Your face is awful red.
Yeah.
About to pass out.
Sarah, do you have any special Halloween laugh?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, hell no.
All
My
right.
laugh's loud and scary enough as it is.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Plenty people have.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Elsie,
It's specifically worded in her numerous restraining orders.
let's hear Elsie's Halloween laugh.
I don't have one.
Oh, that's a shame. I thought you were going to bust out into something really like a cackle, something serious. No joy. All right, well.
I mean, you and I kind of covered it, really. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, how many different
How can we
Halloween
upgrade
laughs
that?
are there?
I guess there's just R2.
Yeah,
That's it.
honestly.
That's all there is.
I find it interesting that you've each taken the time on your own to develop your own special Halloween laugh. It's endearing.
Yeah, well,
Well, yeah, it took years of training.
It
I
does.
shipped off.
Right.
Yeah, I went to the Tibetan mountains, gave up all my worldly possessions, and shaved my head, and we went over it, 8:25, till I got it down, until I was ready to leave the monastery. Tell everyone to go fuck themselves to death.
Right.
All right, see you later, guys. Thanks for the training. Go fuck yourselves to death.
Which, as everyone knows, is the true meaning of Buddhism. So, right. All right, good. Glad we got through that.
And
Yeah.
instead of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, in Buddhism, there's just the ghost fuckers. They ride down from on high and fuck your spirit back to life, where it will fight in a battle, I think.
Right.
Gladiator style.
Yeah. Who are you going to call? Ghost fuckers.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. I'm surprised that wasn't anybody's favorite Halloween-themed movie. Not
never
Ghost
actually
Fuckers,
seen
but Ghostbusters. What's that?
Man, what an all-star cast.
I've never actually seen it.
You've never
What?
seen Ghostbusters, the original?
Yeah.
I recommend it. I think you'd enjoy
It's
it.
got an all-star cast, for sure.
I've seen the clips and everything.
Bill
and it looks
Murray,
great, but-
Sigourney Weaver.
Oh, so that's what I watched this week is Zombieland 2.
Oh, okay.
That's out?
And
It
how
was
did
pretty
you
good.
enjoy
I
it?
finally got around to watching Joker weeks later after everyone else.
Yeah, and did
What'd
you
you
enjoy it?
You want to know what my review of it is?
Yes.
Send in the clowns.
Is that why you came in singing that the other day?
Where are the clowns? You know, my buddy tried to tell me there before this movie ever came out. He's like, "Isn't there a song like about sending in the clowns?" Like it goes like "Send in the clowns," and we told him how much of a dumbass he was for weeks because there's definitely no song like that. And then it turns out there is, but it's not like that though.
No. I mean, there
You
is
got
a
the words right though.
words right, tune wrong.
And he was trying to tell me that Frank Sinatra sang. I'm like, dude, Frank Sinatra did not sing a song called "Send in the Fucking Clowns,"
And in
but he
fa-
did. But he did though.
He sure did. Yes, he did.
Sinatra?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I
so-
don't know.
He did a version of
definitely
it
sang
for sure. There were a number of people who did a version of it, but Sinatra also did a version of it for sure. Yeah. So that's your review of Joker. Send in the clowns. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted so is Joaquin Phoenix going to be the Joker now?
No, there's a lot of talk about it. It's a one-off. It's an origin story.
That makes sense because here's how they can loop it in: is since it took place when Bruce Wayne was a kid, right?
Yeah.
And then then all that clown shit happens, and it seemed like Joaquin Phoenix orchestrated it, but he didn't. He was just crazy and did that shit. And so someone is going to take inspiration from that scene and become the real Joker.
Yes, that's the impression that I got from reading a bunch of stuff. I think you've got it right on there. If indeed they want to loop it in at all, it could just be a standalone thing.
Yeah, it could. Yeah.
So there you have it.
I wonder
And-
what's next for Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, well, probably putting some weight on.
Not me.
Suicide.
Wow.
He said I saw a review or an interview with him on Kimmel or some shit. He said he's making music.
Oh, well, good
People
for
started
him.
laughing. He's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "That's not a joke."
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
people
pulled
think
his
of
dick
him.
out.
Sounds about right for Joaquin fucking Phoenix.
And guess what? You guessed it. His dick had clown makeup on it.
Smiley face.
And then he did the thing, and then confetti dropped, and then
It was
Frank
over.
Sinatra's corpse
Yeah.
saying, "Send in the clown."
Joaquin Phoenix did not pull out his penis.
It was a spooktacular.
You know that?
I do not. I would have heard if Joaquin Phoenix had pulled his penis out at any point.
Very special spooktacular edition of Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, it would be super special. Well, kids, we've missed a lot of things in this podcast, but it's already, getting on now pretty late
Yeah.
on the east, undisclosed location at the East Coast. So I guess we better, wrap it up. And so I'm just going to give you some special Halloween wishes. And you know what my number one Halloween wish for you is?
What?
Is that you get on down to Ziff's. That's right, Ziff's. Fine dining in a relaxed continental atmosphere in Invercargill, New Zealand, the southernmost point of New Zealand. It's great eating right down there with the freshly slain kiwi and koala-themed Halloween treats. So get on down to Ziff's, proud fake sponsors for a shin show for over 100th of a century. When you're done with your Halloween-themed meal at Ziff's, head on over to the Throne Room. Get yourself a Halloween frightening tattoo. That's right, the Throne Room. Great tattoos. Also in Invercargill, New Zealand. The southernmost tattoo parlor in the world is right there in Invercargill, New Zealand. They're proud fake sponsors of A Shin Show for, again, hundreds of episodes now. So enjoy that. And then the other thing, just a quick Halloween shout-out to Ben and Chris, our 2 listeners. Hey, guys, hope you have a real safe one, okay? So there you have it. Yeah.
Be safe, and if you don't, we'll know.
We'll know. We're watching you at all times. I think that you should know that.
Yeah.
Chris, especially, I have you under surveillance. I just want you to be aware of that.
Yeah.
Just
to let you know.
Right. I know what you're doing. Wow. Stop doing that, Chris. All right. Anyway. Any big plans for Halloween? I guess that's what I should ask.
I'm going to be on a fucking cruise ship.
All right. Ooh, that could be scary, though. So
I'm going to be sitting in the house.
Cool, but,
don't let your beloved spouse push you overboard.
My special Halloween plans are to say Happy Halloweener at least 100 times.
Happy Halloweener. Right. Good idea right there.
I'm probably just going to knock it all out right when I wake up. Just Happy Halloweener, Happy Halloweener.
Right.
One right. Just wake up and Taylor's like, what the fuck are you doing? Happy Halloweener, Happy Halloweener. She's like, what are you doing? I put my finger up like, no, stop. Oh, yeah.
That sounds great, Nick. I think your relationship with Taylor is going to last a really long time. I really do.
Yeah, longer than you ever thought could be possible.
It's already exceeded that, so you're right. Every day is exceeding expectations.
And they can't leave you if they were never real in the first place.
That's so true. Well, your doll will never leave you. Keep in mind, I have never seen a picture of this gal that you've sent me. I've seen alleged pictures that someone sent me in a gallery.
Why would I do that? Hey, here, excuse me, honey. Just hold still. I need to send some pictures of you to my dad.
Not you. How about you 2 together? How about that?
Well, yeah, right. Us 2 together. But
because
like, all right, hey, hold up, honey. We need to cuddle up on the couch. Let's make it a candid shot so we can send it.
No, it doesn't have to be candid. You guys don't have a single selfie together? I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, we do. On her Facebook, I'm sure.
Oh, man, I'm not stalking
Let's dig up those Facebook photos so we can send one to my dad. Yeah. Right, why do you always want to send pictures to your dad? I don't. He's just strangely insistent upon it.
You're making it a lot creepier than it is. It's very normal for.
I know. Is he, though? No, I don't. I don't need to add anything to this. I'm just saying what you want to happen.
Yeah, but you're saying it like send him to my dad. I mean, you're setting it real sinister.
It's true.
Like.
It's what you want.
Yeah.
I think you should do your special Halloween laugh after you say it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I can only do that a certain number of times a year.
Yeah, so here's what we're doing for Halloween. We're going to go to a buddy's house and kindle a blaze and then give out tons of candy to people who don't need it.
We're setting fire to the neighborhood.
We're not setting fire to the neighborhood.
You said we're kindling a blaze.
Yeah, I didn't think. Well, my idea was that it would be a controlled blaze. Clearly, you want to set an arson that's going to be very damaging to property and lives.
Well, you want to have fun, don't you?
No, I don't. Not that kind of fun.
Happy Halloweener.
Yeah, happy.
Just spell out.
Always funny.
Yeah, it never gets old, no matter what time of year it is. Just spell out Happy Halloweener and gas on your neighbor's front yard, and then just knock on the door, trick or treat. They're like, "What the fuck are you doing? You're a little old, aren't you?" And then you flick the fucking cigar into the bushes,
and then poof, Happy Halloweener. Yeah, that sounds very sinister, frankly.
What's your Halloween? Yeah, very sinister indeed. What's your Halloween costume? Oh, I'm a homeless man with shit in my hair.
Right. Right. That's my Halloween costume. Come on over to my basement and smell my cat piss. You're going to enjoy that.
My Halloween costume is a man who uses his own feces to slick his hair back.
That's such a specific image.
Now come here.
Oh, well, I guess I know what you're going to be for Halloween. That's great.
That's what I am for every day.
Right. I'm glad you shaved, though.
That's casual Friday for me.
Casual Friday. Right. Feces-filled hair, slicked back with one's own. Yeah, anyway, human waste.
Come on. You should have fucking finished it, man.
Yeah, you got to follow through.
You did the whole thing. You're not going to say feces. Come on.
I said human waste. I didn't want to. I thought human waste was descriptive.
Say that much.
Because you probably want to mix some urine in there, too. I mean.
Yeah. You're going to want to get a balm going, a salve.
You're like Alice Cooper. I mean, at one time.
Wait, did he do that? Did he rub shit in his hair?
No, but when I was a kid, he had this. It went around my school. I must have been like second or third grade. It's like Alice Cooper passed around a bucket where everyone pissed and shit and spat in it, and then he took a big drink of it on stage.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's what went around school. I don't think that ever actually happened, or he would be dead of 15 kinds of AIDS and hepatitis. But yeah, he might have. Who knows what he did? He did a lot of crazy things. He was the original
for sure
shock
drank heroin from a fire hose.
Oh, for sure.
I saw that personally.
Right.
I hit the road with him a couple of times.
Oh, well, yeah. Alice Cooper never was a drug addict, to my knowledge. I don't know. Maybe he was. Who knows? A lot of things happened in the 70s. I can't really recall myself. Well, kids, happy Halloweener.
Yeah, happy Halloweener.
A Shin Show is a production of Shinfluence. It features the voices and opinions of the Shin family, which are exclusively their own. It's brought to you on a fake basis by Ziffs in Invercargill, New Zealand, Fine Dining, and by The Throne Room, Tattoos in Invercargill, New Zealand, both fake sponsors of A Shin Show for more than 100th of a century. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, or wherever you get podcasts. Please join us again next week when we'll hear Nicholas Shin say,
Happy Halloweener and go fuck yourself.
Death.
I mean, that goes without saying. If I'm telling you to go fuck yourself, just assume that I mean to death.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that at all times. That's nice. That's real special. All right, bye,
Real
Elsie.
classy, very classy stuff.
Elsie seems to be pulling the cord on this thing. So bye, Elsie.
I started pulling the cord because you already said bye, Elsie, as though you're trying to make me leave. So
No,
I maybe you wanted.
No, I just wanted you to
special
respond
moments.
to say goodbye to the kids or myself.
Bye, Elsie. Bye, everybody.
All right. Bye, hon. All right, kids, have a great week.
Okay. Yeah, no promises. But I'm going to try my darndest.
All right. You too, Sarah. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.